next guest is Julie Casteel, coming to us from Nashville, Tennessee. She is a global leader in the BPO shared services sector as Chief Strategic Accounts Officer and Chief Marketing Officer of IBEX. This is one of the world's premier BPO employers and certainly a major force in the Philippines. She has worked across this industry and across the world, previously with Casteel, another outstanding companies with a big footprint in the Philippines. Please welcome Julie Casteel of IBEX Global.
Thank you, Richard. I am very happy to be here. So thank you for having me today. I started in sales years ago in a very male-dominated industry, which was telecom. So I started in sales for Sprint, selling long distance to a tiny little territory about the size of a postage stamp. And so I had to go and call on 30 companies a day and drag back long distance bills and evaluate them and then take them back into, telling the decision maker how much money they could save if they went with Sprint. So I will tell you that in my territory, not everyone was waiting for me the minute I walked in the door. Couldn't believe that. So it took some work to get to the right decision makers and find out a way that I was going to figure out a way that I was going to, number one, elevate the way I wanted to in the company as fast as I wanted to, two, make the financial means I wanted to, and three, be super fulfilled, with what I was doing. I put in the work and I thought, you know what, this is going to take a really long time. And I saw this job. I saw this person with this national sales manager. And I said, I want to go do that. So I went and interviewed that person and, they kind of shooed me away and say, oh, this takes forever. There's a long path to get there. And I thought, well, I'm going to do it faster and set out on that path. And one day I literally got a tap on the shoulder in my cube. And somebody said, come with me. And it was the only other woman in our office. And we went into the conference room. We set up a war room. And she said, I want you to take this marker and I want you to write on that whiteboard, what is your calling? What is your gift? I said, I don't know, right? I have no idea. But she set about helping me find out what that was and where I was going to really leverage my talents. And so we worked in that war room. She was hard on me. She pushed me. She got me out of my comfort zone to learn the business differently. And in the end, I got that national account job faster than anyone at Sprint had ever done it. But I did that by my number one piece of advice is because I was coachable, right? She pushed me in ways I didn't want to be pushed. But she said to me, Julie, if you ever want to elevate in your career and for over the long haul, be coachable, right? Absorb, learn, listen. And that's how you're going to show somebody that you're ready for the next role and the next role and the next role. So then I went and I said, look, I want to go work in a big technology company. So along came EDS, now HP. And I walked into yet another very male-dominated world, and I had to elevate my game. I had to learn a new technology. I had responsibilities that were much more complex, much more multifaceted, and so I said, "Wow, I've got to go and figure out how to make a difference here." And so I worked, used my same formula, look for opportunities to be successful that are not so obvious. And I've said that to so many women that I mentor, and they say, but that's not a job posting, or that job doesn't exist, or well, go create it, right? Look for opportunities. Sometimes the ugliest jobs are the ones that no one else wants. And you can go and make something very meaningful and impactful out of them. Your calling can be something that you do and you enjoy doing it and you do it well. Your gift is what you do naturally, right? And so I set about thinking, well, what is it that I like to do naturally? And it's connecting people. It's connecting humans, right? It's creating networks. It's finding what somebody wants and matching it with what, they need. And it's connecting, which in a way for someone like myself, who's been in a sales world my entire life, that's a very valuable asset to have in being able to be a connector of people.
Now, Julie, you have been to Philippines many times. You work closely with a lot of people. You I know you talk on and on about how great Filipinos are and all that. When you mentor women in the Philippines, what do you focus on for them?
My advice is finding your trust circle, right? Find people that you can trust, people that are in elevated positions, right? From yourself that you can go to and create a circle of trust with them to say, look, I want to expand my role, or I want to start doing a little bit things differently, or I want to, I want to participate in the Women of IBEX, whatever it may be. If you can go find those 2 or 3 people that kind of help bolster your confidence a little bit, let people in on what you want to do, right? Don't keep it to yourself and expect people just to assume, right? And just put yourself out there a little bit. It only takes a couple of steps initially. And then you can start to increase that, that circle of influence around you. And then you'll see that 9 out of 10 times, everybody is willing to help and they want to help.